What up, gamers? It is Will777JP, and we are back. And y'all, how about that PlayStation Network being down, huh? So as you guys see here, I am currently playing Halo Reach. Why? Because I cannot access my games on PlayStation. Well, now I can, but I couldn't for a whole day. And before I get into that story on why I am not able to access not just online multiplayer games, but single player games, whether disc or digital, let me guys give you a little bit of background and how we got to where we're at today. So I've been playing Ninja Gaiden all week long. It's on Game Pass. My Game Pass expires next week. So I wanted to finish the game before my Game Pass expires. And I did. I beat it Thursday. Thursday night at 11:30 at night, I beat it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call it a wrap. I got to wake up in the next day to go to work. So I'm just going to call it quits. And I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. So I close my eyes. I go to bed. I go to work. I do my whole day. Excited. And I'm going to tell you why I'm excited in just a minute. If you have not hit like or commented or subscribed, please do, man. It really does help out a ton. And I want to keep growing the YouTube channel, but it's all up to you. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe. And if you have already, thank you very, very much. Why was I excited? Well, let's take it back to the beginning of the week. Monday, I played Ninja Gaiden. Tuesday, I played Deep Rock Galactic on my PS5 right over there. Now on Tuesday, it was me, RPG88, and my son. Now my son, I gave my old PS5, my OG, I put it in his room. Now in order for him to have access to my library, I had to make his PlayStation 5 the primary PS5. That way, he can use his account, he can play whatever games are available that I've purchased or I've claimed from PS Plus, and he can play them in his room. On my PS5 Pro, it's not the primary, but I still have access to all my games because of my account. So Tuesday, we play Deep Rock Galactic for a couple hours. My son has a good time. I have a good time. RPG has a good time. After I play Deep Rock Galactic, I go ahead and pop in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the game that I made a video on how disgraceful it is that they came out with this gold edition. But whatever. As I said in the video, this game is probably going to be gaudy for a lot of people. And man, was I not disappointed with the actual game itself. I was so impressed with the game that I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cancel my weekend plans. And today and tomorrow, I had a ton of plans, man. I had numerous things that I had to do. Except for one thing that I cannot reschedule, which is, of course, visiting my dad at the hospital, which I'm going to go do shortly. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, while I'm playing Ninja Gaiden trying to finish it, I'm out here sending text messages, sending freaking emails, work emails, making phone calls, doing everything I can to keep my Saturday and Sunday free and clear so I can just wake up, play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 till I go to bed and do it all over again Sunday, except for visiting my father at the hospital. And of course, a couple hours tomorrow, Sunday, it's my grandma's birthday. I think she's turning 75, I believe. And I'm going to go spend a couple hours with the family, eat some Sunday dinner, and celebrate with my grandmother, God bless her, who's in her 70s. Except for those two things, which I couldn't cancel, and I wouldn't want to cancel anyways. So, Friday night comes around, right? I beat Ninja Gaiden Thursday. Friday night comes around, and I get off work. I do my laundry like I always do because I always want to leave my weekend free and clear for whatever I want to do. And bam, PlayStation services is down. And even worse, I cannot access my games. Hold on a minute. I'm not able to access my games. Let me go ahead and stick in a physical game, all right? Oh, would you look at that? I cannot access that either. Or let me take it back. I can access it. What I don't have access to is the save data on my console. can't. It won't. I have to start the game all over again. So, leads me back to why I'm on Xbox. Well, I am on Xbox for those reasons. I could not access my save data for none of my games. The only way that I could is by accessing my primary PlayStation, which is inside my son's room. Well, guess what? I don't have save data in that PS5. I can get the save data from the cloud services that PlayStation offers, but the PlayStation Network is down, so I can't access that either. So now, not only am I locked out of Kingdom Come Deliverance right here, unless I want to start over the almost 3 hours of gameplay that I already had, I cannot access either of these games. Tales of Iron, which is another game I really wanted to play, but I have about 6-7 hours into it already. So that was my dilemma last night and today. So let's talk about this real quick. PlayStation Network went down about 6 p.m. Friday, February 7th. And what that did is you weren't able to play online multiplayer games. You could not make purchases from the PlayStation Store, and you cannot make any changes to your account or nothing like that. So if you're in a position like me, where you have multiple PlayStations in the house, and those other PlayStations are the primary PlayStation, so your other family members, example, your kids, can access your library, your PlayStation is literally inoperable unless you start all over again. Now, the thing that has me confused is, if we go up to settings, we go to storage, we go to save storage. Shows that I have 18.95 gigs of save storage on the console itself. Let's go to PS5 games. Look at what we have here. We have Tales of Iron, 6.30 megabytes of save storage on the console. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, 542.2 megabytes of save storage on the console. Big Helmet Heroes, 197.3. Deep Rock Galactic, 40.6. Ender Magnolia. So you see all the games that I have save storage for on the console itself, not including what I have in the cloud storage. But once again, the cloud storage, it's no good because it's part of the PlayStation Network. So the thing with this is, it doesn't matter. I understand why I cannot access games on my PS5 Pro, because it's not the primary console. So therefore, licenses, all that crap is going to be missing because of the network problems. But what I don't understand is, if I have saved data on that console right there, I take it offline, no internet connection, why the hell do I not have access to the saved data that's already there for physical or digital games? So I put this game in, the disc is inside, but yet I cannot access the over 3 hours of saved data that I have. And I have to start over again if I want to play Kingdom Come or any physical game. Any physical game. All because it's not the primary. Let that sink in for a little bit. PlayStation is telling you that if you are not the primary console, your secondary console is almost completely fucking worthless. That's a big fucking problem, guys. That is a huge problem. Because we're talking about a physical game. We're not even talking about a digital game. We're talking about physical. You have no access to your saved data if your console is not the primary console. Data that's already in the console. Data that it's only in that console. No other console in the world has the saved game data that that console has right there. Not one other console in the world has that. But yet, no other console in the world can access that data, including that console. PlayStation has done it in a way where whatever saved data is in your actual console, you cannot access unless you are connected to the network or it is the primary console. So when we talk about physical games, right? All those games over there and ownership, does it really mean anything? Now, true, I could have stuck the disc in, installed it, and started all over again. Right? It would have worked. But should we have to if the saved data is already in there? And once again, I'm not trying to download saved data from the cloud system. No. This is already saved data that's in the damn console. It's already there. Kingdom Come has 540 megabytes of saved data on the console. Theoretically, you should be able to stick in a thumb drive, transfer the saved data from that console to the thumb drive, take that thumb drive, stick it in another console, install the saved data, and be able to continue on. Like if you would have never had changed consoles. This is embarrassing and this is terrible. And for all of you guys out there defending PlayStation on this shit, shame on you. The days of physical, of what we thought what physical games would do for us, is kind of gone. As I mentioned, yes, you can still insert a disc, you can still install it, you can still play it, but you have to start over again. How many of you guys, raise your hands, want to start over on a RPG game like this that's going to take you 70, 80 hours to beat, and let's say you're 40 hours in, 30 hours in, heck, 5 hours in, and start all over again because PlayStation Network went down and you don't have your PS5 set as the primary console, because if you did, then nobody else in your household has access to your library unless they play on the console that you want to play on. We live in a new day and age, ladies and gentlemen, where our control, our authority, our power, we no longer have in our hands. It is now up to companies like PlayStation who dictate what you have access to when you have it. So there, I gave you a breakdown. It's back up for me now. It is now back up for me, so let me show you guys. And I also made a quick video about my problem earlier. I'll post it as a YouTube short. I did post it on my Discord. My friends saw it on there. And they saw my problem, you know. And I was a very unique situation, right? Not a lot of people had that problem. I did, but I understand that. But I did make a video of it. And for example, the video that I made, right now you see all these buttons or all these options in bright white. Before, only new game was in bright white. Everything was grayed out, including, well, everything. I mean load game, continue, and DLCs and extras. All these were blanked out. It didn't show that I owned it. None of the DLC stuff, because I got the gold edition, so I pre-ordered all that stuff. Nothing was showing. So I kept trying to hit continue, nothing there. I tried to keep load game, nothing was there. The only thing I can do was new game. So it's working out for me, but it took away my morning. Now, as soon as I'm done making this video, I am going to turn this off, hop in the shower. I'm going to go drop off my son at his mom's house, and I'm going to go visit my father at the hospital. So instead of getting a good solid 4, 5, maybe even 6 hours of gaming today on Kingdom Come, or this morning, because I had 2 meetings that I had to do this morning. One was for work, one was a personal one, which was going to take me about 3, maybe 4 hours of time. I rescheduled those so I can have my day to play Kingdom Come Deliverance. But because PlayStation had network problems, but because my PS5 Pro was not the primary console, I had no access to my save data. So instead of wasting the day, I decided to hop into Halo and play some of that. It wasn't the game I wanted to play, but it was the game that I chose to play in the situation I'm in. And now I gotta go do the things that I have to do that I can't reschedule. And who knows when I'll be back. So now if I'm lucky, I'll get a total of 3, maybe 4 hours of gameplay on the games that I actually wanted to play today, instead of the 12 to 13 hours that I was planning to play, instead of the 12 to 13 hours that I haven't been able to invest in playing like that in probably about 4 years. Last time I could invest that many hours in a single day of gaming was in 2020 when I had COVID, and even though I didn't get sick, my job made me take the week off, and because I didn't get sick, it was vacation time, and I beat Spider-Man 2018, I beat Spider-Man, Miles Morales, I beat all the Spider-Mans during that week. So that was the last time. When's the next time that I'll be able to get 12, 14 hours of gaming in a day like that? Who knows? But this was supposed to be the weekend to do that. And PlayStation fucked me. Not because their system network went down, but because of their process on needing games to be primary and non-primary. And the biggest kick in the nuts is not allowing you to access your own saved data in your own console right freaking there. That's a huge problem. So there you guys go. You guys got my information. You got my story. All you PlayStation fans out there. Is this what you wanted? Was this the deal that you made with PlayStation? Give us digital stuff. Give us digital games. It's what is it? Convenient. It's so convenient getting digital games. I don't even got to get my fat ass off the chair. I just go right here, click, 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 a couple times over, click, 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 pick a game, click, 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 I'm in there. In there like swimwear, right? I don't got to get my fat ass up and grab a disc. Oh, I gotta insert the disc. Let me get my fat ass up, walk on over to my collection over there, find the game, take the old game out, put it inside the case, right? Then take the new game, put it in there, then walk my fat ass over to the collection to put the case back, and then finally sit down and, oh, there we go. Game is in. So fucking inconvenient, right? All 15 seconds on my day fucking wasted making that change. This is bigger than that, y'all. Physical game ownership is real ownership. Real ownership. You know what else problem I won't have? If I take this game, take it out the PS5 right now that's over there, put it back in here and say, hey, son, here's a game. Go play it if you like. And then he takes it, sticks it into his PS5 and he plays it. I can do that without having to make primary console this, primary console that. And another thing that I want to talk about too is the disc drive. So for those of you guys that aren't aware, the PS5 Pro, right over here, let me move the camera so you guys can see it. PS5 Pro, right there. Right there, right? PS5 Pro. So the PS5 Pro is digital only. You can buy a disc drive and attach it to your Pro to make it into a physical PS5. But if you have no internet access or the PlayStation Network is down and you try to install that disc drive for the first time, you cannot register that disc drive. Therefore, the disc drive will not work. So we've seen a lot of people today saying, similar situation as me, where maybe they didn't have their console as primary. So they're this, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and even though I bought this disc drive 2 months ago, I'm gonna go ahead and install it now so I can play my physical games, because screw this network shit, I want to play these games, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the disc drive. They couldn't access it either. They couldn't access it either. Let that sink in. You have a disc drive, you've installed the disc drive, you have physical games, but because the network is down, you cannot do shit with it. If you have an OG PS5, hold on to it. That is the last PS5, that's the last PlayStation, the history of PlayStation, that will allow you to just plug and play. You no longer will be able to plug and play without internet, without anything without PlayStation Network ever again. That is over with. So for all of you guys that traded your OG PS5 in for a new PS5 Pro, you're fucked. The only thing I can recommend you do is install that disc drive right away and never, ever reformat your PlayStation. Because as soon as you reformat that motherfucker and you don't have internet or the network goes down again, you can't do shit about it. It will be now up to PlayStation to decide to A, fix the problem, or B, keep you informed, which we know they won't fucking do because PlayStation fucking hates you. They hate you. You are too demanding. You want ownership. You don't want your games to be connected to online all the time. You're too bougie. You are taking control from PlayStation. They don't fucking like that. It's over. It's a fucking wrap. Anybody who thought, you know what, from here on out, I'm going to buy digital games only, it's too fucking late. That train has come and fucking gone as of November 2024. Now, a lot of you guys will probably say, Will, you're being dramatic. I had access to all my games. I had access to all my shit except online games, which I understand because the network was down. Well, good for you. But you think that the problem that I'm having right now, which is just in the scope of things, is just a minor problem, right? Because I'm the minority. There isn't a lot of people out there that don't have their main console as a primary. There ain't a lot of people out there that don't have a disc drive that hasn't installed it yet, right? So these are all minority. But eventually, the minority problems, when they don't get solved, they get blown up. What, you think the PS6 is gonna change it? No, they're not going back ever again, y'all. What we see here with the PS5 Pro, that's exactly what we're gonna continue to get. That's it, guys. There's nothing we can fucking do. It's never gonna go back to the way it was. You're never gonna fully own your fucking video games ever again. Right now, the only thing that's keeping this ownership shit alive is because these discs have 100 gigs of storage. These games are getting bigger and bigger every single year. Every single year. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. How many developers are going to say, oh, our game is 110 gigs. We're going to give you 2 discs for it. In this generation, there's only been 2 games that gave me 2 discs. One is Cyberpunk on the PS4, and 2 is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's it. Are those the only 2 games that have over 100 gigs? Fuck no. There's a shit ton of games that are over 100 gigs. So, physical ownership will only last as long as these games stay under 100 gigs, in my opinion. Under 100 gigs. Well, or what? You think PlayStation is going to say, you know what? Let's invest in some 150 gig disc or 200 gig disc? Do you think they're going to look out for their gamers' best interest? Fuck no. They don't even tell us when their network goes down. You think they're going to fucking upgrade their disc from 100 gigs to 200 gigs? Look at Xbox. They do 50 gig fucking discs. Why do you think Xbox doesn't fucking print physical copies anymore? Because they don't want to invest in a 100 gig fucking disc. They even fired their physical game fucking department last year. These companies don't give a fuck about you. These companies do not care if you are getting screwed over. They do not care. And they're not going to tell you about it. What can we do about this, man? We need to hold hands and we need to attack this uniformly. As a fucking unit. We need to demand that not only they communicate with us, but they also keep our ownership alive. But that's it, man. I've been ranting for way too fucking long. 90% of the people ain't even gonna finish this video, so it is what it is, man. Thank you guys for listening to my story, and we'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.